Hey gang, 2-minute drill here. I just want to take 2 minutes, maybe max, to share a message that I learned from a friend of mine who I actually reference a lot of what I learned from him. I learned this many years ago, and this is a guy that we used to spend a lot of time, oftentimes late in the evening, out on business travel, and we'd be coming home sometimes 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and this guy was always full of energy. Always awake, always alive, still is, thankfully, thank God. And but just one of these high energy guys. And you could say that's just his natural state, but I don't necessarily agree with that. I think that he decides every day. And I remember one time coming home, actually many times coming home late in the evening, early in the morning, really after midnight, and I'd be pinching I'm sitting in the passenger seat. I'm literally pinching myself, creating pain in order to stay awake, literally. And he's driving the car, and he's singing songs. He's singing Christian songs, and he's singing country songs and all kinds. He's just all fired up and excited. And I was always amazed at that. And I remember one time talking to him about it and saying, you're always so awake. And what he said to me, he said, Mike, when it's time to be awake, be fully awake and alive and energized. When it's time to be tired, sleep. Don't confuse the two. And that always stuck with me when he said, don't confuse the two, because there are times when I do. There are times during the day when I should be awake and I'm tired. This guy took a nap every day at 5 o'clock. I remember reading in How to Win Friends and reading in How to Have Confidence, Power, Deal with People, and I remember in Think and Grow Rich, a lot of these old books talked about some of the most successful people used to take daily power naps. And this guy would do the same thing. 5 o'clock, I'd call his house. His wife would answer and say, he's taking a nap. I didn't have to call but 1 or 2 times before I realized that he said he took naps, and he actually did. Now, I'm not here talking about power naps. That may be another talk for another time. But what he learned to do was to be focused on having energy in his life. And when he was awake, he was awake. When he was asleep and supposed to be tired, he was sleeping. He didn't confuse the two. Let's be energized when we need to be, and then we'll get our rest when we need it.